Welcome to this lethargic episode of Talking Lamar. Today, I'm talking about my second favorite thing, sleep. Let's get to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about.
What are you talking about?
I am talking to you.
That's just what I was talking about.
It's Talking Lamar.
Now, you know, I'm all over some food. I love to cook it. I love to eat it. I love to talk about it, watch it on TV. It has been a very important part of my life from just right from the beginning. And that's right up next to it, though, is sleep. Now, I'm sure everybody sleeps well, and it's just something you have to do. And it's something that just it's normal. So you don't even think about it, and you take it for granted. Now, does anybody on this show take it for granted?
Oh, gosh, no.
You can.
No.
Yeah. Exactly. Doc, what about you? What about sleeping you? Do you take it for granted or is it a big deal?
I don't know if you've heard of this, but I have revenge bedtime procrastination. So I'm always in this perpetual state of really wanting to fall asleep, but can't, staying up way too late, and just this endless cycle of always being tired.
I know what that is. I know what that is.
Oh my God.
It's very hard, isn't it, to give that up, Doc? Because
Extremely.
well, describe a typical revenge night at your place. Like when you know you should go to bed.
It's me knowing I need to go to bed, wanting to go to bed and get about 8 hours of sleep. But in reality, kind of my body is kind of forcing me to stay up. And maybe I'll get like 5 hours of sleep. And I can't take naps because, again, I'm afraid of missing out on time that could be doing something else. So, yeah. Lack of sleep, as always.
I've suffered from lack of sleep forever because of the way we get up. I mean, even before I was coming here full time, at one point when I was opening the warehouse at 4 a.m., I had to get up at 2:50. 2:50 in the morning. That's 10 minutes till 3. And I didn't go to bed till 11 o'clock. I mean, I just couldn't.
I don't know how you did that.
Oh my God.
I don't know how you did that for as long as you did. I really don't. I really, really don't.
I mean, normally you would go to bed at 7:30 or 8 o'clock for that. But I've got a life here. I've got Carla. I've got the dog. I've got stuff. I have stuff. And so I can't go to bed that late. Now, I do better going to bed now. But still, sleep, man. I mean, I sort of counted it up. I think I have spent over 47 years getting up at around 4 a.m. or earlier, but still not going to bed till, 10 or 11 most nights. And so sleep has been really, really important to me. And I'm not one of those people who wake up and can't go back to sleep. I've spent my entire life working with people who say, well, I get up every day of the week, so I'll wake up on Saturday and Sunday just as early, and I just can't lay there. I have to get up. Shut up. No, you don't. Close your eyes.
I can't relate to that at all.
God, man, close your eyes. It's like they're speaking another language.
Listen, I wish that I could, but I can't. I'm waking up on the weekend, maybe a little later, but not much. Certainly not much. It's like I would love nothing more than to sleep till 8 o'clock. But I can't. I just cannot.
On Saturday, if Carla was to leave me alone, I would not even open my eyes until probably noon. I could sleep till noon. Now, I would feel terrible. I would be sore laying in the bed that long and all that. But listen, I got to tell you, that's why they make a leave, okay? I can take that. If I could stay in the bed. I hate to get out of the bed. Now, once I get up, I'm okay, but I never open up my eyes and say, well, it's a brand new day. Let's go. I don't know. I don't do that. Listen, when I wake up, the first thing I do is regret not going to bed sooner. Right then and there, I say to myself, man, you could have went to bed an hour earlier. But the second thing I do is I start planning, how can I go to bed sooner or how can I get a nap? I mean, I'm thinking about that constantly. And I don't know. Getting up is not for me. I can look back over my life And the absolute only days in my life that I ever woke up excited and jumped out of the bed was Christmas morning. That's it. No other day in my life do I get up and jump. No, I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't want to get up. I get up, but I don't want to. Now, if my wife Carla gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, she has a terrible time going back to sleep. I mean, if she speaks to anybody, it's over. She tries to open her eyes only halfway, just enough to find her way to the bathroom and back. Because if she says something to me, or if I say something to her, she'll lay there for 2 or 3 hours. And for me, when I was working at Budweiser, sometimes the alarm would go off at 2 a.m. in the morning and be something crazy like that. And 99.9% of the time, it was a false alarm, but I still had to go check it out because the police would come out for a false alarm. And if they did, they charged a fee. So I'd have to tell the alarm people to hold off, and I would get up, put on my clothes, grab a gun, and head up there. And I'd walk the property and check the doors, make sure everything's okay. I get back in my truck, drive home, take off my clothes, go back to bed, and I'm asleep in 3 minutes. 3 minutes at the most. I mean, I can go to sleep at any time. I love sleep. If I wake up at 3:38 and my clock is set for 4 a.m., I'm turning over and going back to sleep. I do not get up until the alarm clock goes off. Listen, if I wake up and the alarm clock says 3:59, I will roll over and close my eyes for one more minute. I just, I get up begrudgingly, but I get up. But
You would have made a good firefighter. Did you ever think of, there are professions where you have to be able to sleep on command and then get up when it's time to get up. And I would be the most confused, groggy, clumsy, sleep deprived firefighter. But I think you're one of those people that can come in and out of sleep relatively easily, at least in all the time I've known you.
Yeah, I don't like the getting up part, but I can lay right back down with no problem. I can sleep anywhere at any time. And when Carla and I first got married, I kept her awake snoring, and she would wake me up in the middle of the night and make me go get on the couch. And so I went for a sleep study twice. The first time I went to a hospital, and they had a little room set up with a bed. They had a TV and a VCR, and they said, bring something that you've recorded that you might want to watch, until you get sleepy. And so the guy comes in, I put my pajamas on, and he puts the wires and sensors on me so they can tell what's going on and all that kind of stuff. He made sure the temperature was just right and I was comfortable. So I got in the bed, pulled the cover up. He cut out the light. I closed my eyes. Next thing I know, the guy's waking me up. It'd just been a few minutes, and he explained that the room where he monitored me was down a hall to the right and then another hall. And by the time he got there, I was already asleep, so he couldn't do the test. He said, you fell asleep before I could get the thing turned on. And he said, the test won't work unless I can get to the room before you go to sleep. So he said, can you make sure to stay awake for just a few minutes so that I can get there, and then you can go to sleep? I said, yeah, okay, no problem. So the results of the test said that my oxygen level, it didn't drop quite low enough to qualify as sleep apnea. I said, okay, fine. So fast forward a few more years, I'm still snoring, and Carla's still kicking me out of the bed a few nights a week and moving herself other few nights, because just to get some sleep. So I sign up again to go check on this. And this time it's a room at the Marriott Hotel. They had a bank of rooms up there that the hospital had rented out or whatever. Super nice room. So I go in and they wire me up and they let me sleep. Next morning, nurse comes in and pulls out the stuff where they had checked everything. And she said, you stopped breathing last night 751 times. And that's just for a second or two. I mean, it's not like you're passing out or you're going to die, but that's why we snore. We stop breathing for a second, and then our body wants air and we're gasping for air, and that's what turns into the snore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, if somebody was asleep snoring or something, everybody would say, oh, they're sawing them logs. I wish I could sleep that good. Well, it's just the opposite. If you're hearing somebody snore, you're thinking they're in a deep sleep. They're not. They're getting a terrible sleep. They're not getting all the way down to the REM sleep. So a week after that test, I went back to the sleep study and I did it overnight. And this time they put the CPAP machine on. Now they wired me up and it was a little bit claustrophobic because I'd never had any of this stuff on me around my face and stuff. So, but I did okay. I only stopped breathing 4 times in the entire night. So the difference is now that's 751 interruptions, and then there was 4 interruptions. When I woke up, it was the best sleep I had ever had that I could remember. Listen, I could have left my car there and run to work. I mean, I'm telling you, the energy level that I had was unbelievable. Now, I wasn't, you know how the mask and stuff works. In fact, during this test, halfway through the night, I woke up, had to go to the bathroom. So they told me what I could unhook, to get to the bathroom. So I go in there and I look like a cross between a jet fighter pilot and a burglar and a raccoon. I mean, all this stuff across my eyes and face and nose and all that kind of stuff. But, I wasn't crazy about that. And I talked to the lady that morning when, she showed me all the stuff. It was handling my case. And I had known some people that had the surgery where they go in and cut some of the stuff out of the back of your throat. You ever heard of this?
Oh, yeah.
Like a tonsillectomy?
Yeah. It's not a tonsillectomy, but they carve, it's around there where your adenoids and stuff are, and they carve that out to make you breathe easier. And so I asked her, I said, well, what about, so I don't have to wear all this stuff. I said, what about the surgery? And she said, well, number one, it's some of the most painful surgery you can get, and your throat is sore for weeks. And she said, number two, it has a less than 50% success rate. She said, on the other hand, I give you this mask, or, you get your mask ordered. I get that. She said, it's 100% effective immediately, and it adds years to your life. And I said, okay. So I took it. And it took me about a month to get used to it. The first couple of nights, I'd wake up and I'd slung it across the room and, didn't know it and whatever. And I had to experiment with the mask and stuff. But once I found the right mask and all that kind of stuff, I don't go anywhere without it. I don't even take a nap without it because it has been a game changer. I mean, a serious game changer. I even take it with me when we go to Japan. I take it with me on the plane. And I look like an idiot, but I put a blanket over my head, so then I look like a double idiot. But anyway.
Okay, so so question.
Okay.
Do you have to sleep on your back with that thing on?
No. It's got the hose, the way it's hooked up, it swivels. It goes. I sleep on the left side. I sleep on the right side. I mean, I can sleep any kind of situation. Yeah, and that's not a problem.
Can you put that thing on and watch a movie and then fall asleep?
I could. No. Here's the deal. When I put that thing on, it's like Pavlov's dog. I put it on, I bet 10 breaths maybe, and I'm out. I mean, it's disgusting how easy I go to sleep. Carla, it makes Carla so mad. She says, I'm laying here thinking about all the problems in the world and you're asleep. I said, good. Take care of that. I ain't gonna fool with it. I like to sleep. Mm-mm.
So my friend Uncle Sparkles was prescribed one of those, and he did well with it for a while, but then I guess he just couldn't tolerate it anymore and he stopped. And my brother thought he might need one and looked into that. I think it's called Aspire.
I looked at that. I hadn't investigated it.
Can I tell you, Karamia's friend, her dad did one. Can I tell you what is involved?
Well, I know they stick something under your skin.
There's a wire. There's a wire that is under your tongue, and apparently you can feel it. And then it goes down your throat somewhere to your chest wall, and you can tap the app to the device in your chest wall to turn it on. But then you got that wire. I don't know. It sounds.
I'm already out.
It sounds a little creepy to me. I'm not gonna lie.
I went on their website when this stuff first came out, and they don't give you much of a description. They don't tell you anything much up front about it. So I felt like I knew they do, like to the left of your chest or somewhere right there, they put something under the skin there. And I guess that's where the wire goes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it
Nah,
comes
I ain't
up
doing that.
under. And so anyway, her dad did it and he hates it. He hates it.
Okay.
So whatever the answer, I mean, it's probably great for a lot of people. I think it would
I'm
just,
sure it is.
yeah, it would just depend. Whoa.
Now listen, I've talked to people before that struggle, and I asked my regular doctor when I first got it, and I said I just got it, and I said I'm having a little trouble, and she said I have a lot of patients that has it, and she said 30 days. She said it takes. She said got to be patient, but she said after 30 days, you found, because I went through 3 or 4 masks. They've got like one nasal thing. You know how an oxygen in the hospital has got that little nasal clip.
Yeah.
All right. That's a waste of time. Can't be doing that. Mine goes nose and mouth, because you're supposed to breathe through your nose, and that's great, but every once in a while you don't. And if you've got the kind that just does your nose and your mouth opens up to breathe through there, it's a whole big.
Didn't we talk about this Sheri mouth tape that people have? So what you do is you tape your mouth shut.
Yeah. Yeah,
You don't breathe through your mouth.
I'm not like a kidnapped victim. I'm not doing that. Really, this is so simple. It is really so simple. And I got a little case that I throw it in to, if I go on a plane trip, and no, it's not a problem. I mean, it's really not a problem. And the difference in the sleep is tremendous, because you really do get into the, and the one I've got, I had the first one I had it for many years, and it didn't do this, but the one I've got now, when you breathe in, it pushes some air down your throat. That's what it's doing. It's pushing air down your throat so that you're getting plenty of air. But this one, when you breathe in, it pushes the air in, and then when you exhale, it automatically cuts off so that you're not fighting the air going back out. And, it's taking some getting used to, but the idea that the sleep you get, and especially if you're only going to get the amount of hours that people like us are getting, you need to get good sleep. You got to hit that REM sleep quite 4 or 5 times during the night to really get good sleep.
Do you have your did your dreams change when you found yourself getting better sleep?
I can't say that they did or they didn't. I really, no, my dreams are, I feel like a week or so and nothing. And then like this last weekend, we went camping. Man, I dreamed some crazy ass. Oh my God. I woke up and like there was some sort of criminal activity going on, or then there was a zoo, and there was, oh my God, I don't even know. I don't know what that's about, but but no, I don't think it changed my dreams at all, but it did make my energy level a lot better.
Lamar, did they think, am I misremembering this, but did, like a million years ago, like when your kids were little, did they think that you had narcolepsy?
Yeah. Because that's part of this whole deal. It's the same thing. The sleep apnea brings that on. That's when I used to, on the way home from work, I'd go through town so I could stop at the red lights and take a nap while the light was red. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's some. That is.
I would roll the window down. And when I would hear the car beside me accelerate, or somebody blow the horn behind me, and I'd wake up and go to the next red light.
That does answer the question. Just wait for somebody to honk the horn behind you.
Let me tell you, we just bought a new car. I tell you what, and I wish I'd had this car. My sleep in traffic would have been so much better, because if I'm not paying attention and the car in front of me moves forward, the car beeps to tell me, come on, let's go. If I'd have had that, I wouldn't have had to roll the windows down. I could just, I'd take naps. Anytime I stopped the car, I'd take a nap. So, yeah.
And that's why they thought you had, because I remember when they thought you might have had narcolepsy, I was like, does he have narcolepsy or does he have 7 jobs? Let's explore this together.
Well, you did have 7 jobs. That is true.
Did.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff going on. But I remember, people were always mad because the light was red. God, I was so excited. Red light, knock it out. I'd go to sleep for 30 seconds or 45 seconds, however long the red light lasted. Yeah. You know,
So it turns out that that was not the correct. This is an episode of House. That was not the correct diagnosis. That you were just a man with seven jobs who took a nap anywhere he could find one.
It was sleep apnea, meaning I wasn't getting the correct amount of sleep at night. I mean, no matter how many hours I did, I never got into that deep level of sleep. That's why, when your Apple Watch or whatever, gives you a time to go to sleep. If you say what time you're getting up, it'll tell you what time to go to sleep so that you can get either 4 or 5 REM sleeps in there.
Can I tell you, when my iPhone wants to tell me how to sleep, it pisses me off. I'm like,
see,
the hell's it up to you for? I feel like it's not being helpful. I feel like it's being,
bossy.
Bossy, yeah. Maybe I'm going to get 2 hours of sleep tonight. What's it to you, iPhone?
Yeah. They know what you're doing. They know what you're buying. They know what you want. They know everything else about you. That's a fact. But yeah, no, I know a lot of the guys. In fact, my ex-wife's friend, Bill, good friend of mine, Bill, he's got a machine, but he gets frustrated. He can do it a month or so, and then he puts it up, and I'm like, man, what's wrong with you? He just can't get used to it. And this has been for years. He cannot get used to it. I've heard
a lot of people say that. I've seen it on like social media. People will be like, well, I guess I'm just going to die because I can't get used to having this thing on my face. And which I get. It makes me, when I see people doing it, I do wonder, like, how do you manage that? But I'm with you, Lamar. And you know what, I'm like, I have spent my entire adult life exhausted and sleep deprived. And I guess maybe that's just what adulthood is. Is that just what adulthood is?
It's adulthood, Sheri. That is what adulthood is.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Yeah.
I can't remember a time as an adult that I wasn't sleepy, even when I was, in my 20s.
I can't. Yeah. The number of times that I have fallen asleep in my vehicle, both parked and not parked, it's really crazy. And now I just know that, well, between this hour and like, there's a certain part of the day where I'm so sleepy because I'm awake so early. Like, Max, would you say that between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. that you should be anywhere near a movie vehicle?
No.
I sit here some days, I'm sitting here and I have, like, it'll be a longer day and I work and I'll be sitting here and all of a sudden I'm out right in the midst of working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I have gotten sleepy during the day at work, and I'll go in the bathroom and lock the door, and I'll lay down in the floor and take a 15-minute nap.
Ooh, the bathroom floor.
We have clean bathroom floors.
I see. Okay, good.
Clean.
Good.
Yeah. No, I can sleep anywhere at any time.
Yeah.
And I take a nap. Max, I know you take a nap. Don't you take one just about every day?
If about. Can. If I don't, boy, it's really, I'm a bear.
I don't, not anymore. I used to. Now I can't. I just can't. I'm so anxious and panicky all the time that I'm not sure how I'm sleeping at night. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm hanging upside down like a bat. I have no idea.
Now, I can't sleep over 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Because anything over that, I get too deep into sleep and then I wake up groggy. But a 30-minute nap, I go drink a cup of coffee and lay down immediately. And in 30 minutes, the caffeine kicks in and I wake up and I'm okay.
I tried that trick. That trick does work. Like, it's genius, right? I know so many people that works for. Here's the problem. All right, slam that coffee. Lay down, close my eyes. Now here's what my brain does. You got to go to sleep right now. You got to go to sleep right now. You got to go to sleep right now. And it does that for 29 minutes. Then I fall asleep and then the alarm goes off on my phone.
See, you have to, if this is a mind control situation, it's a mind control situation. And what I do, if I'm going to take a nap, I've got a couch in my office and I will pull the curtains. I'll put an eye mask on so there's nothing coming through. So it's completely dark. And on my phone, I put that little thing on that's got the little ear thing that's got the ocean or the, wind or whatever. It's got the little ocean rain noise, whatever. I put both of my AirPods in and I let that noise come through, clear my brain out. I'm done. Mind control. That's what you got to have. It's mind control.
Oh, I have no mind control at all. My imagination is like a two-headed dog that's been hit with a stupid stick. Ain't nothing under control. Nothing under control here. Yeah.
Which explains why the True Weird Stuff podcast is so interesting and creepy and scary. Yeah.
I think sleep deprivation is the key to our success.
I'm wrapping up this episode. I appreciate everybody for listening. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If so, tell somebody about the Talking Lamar podcast. I know they'll appreciate it. I sure will. Also, check out that True Weird Stuff podcast. It'll surprise you, sometimes disturb you, but it'll always educate you about things you never imagined. But listen, y'all go to the Bob and Sheri app and click on that microphone and tell us what you think. We look forward to hearing from you. Until then.